Alright, fellas, I just hope this is not a waste of my time. But I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't hear bits of it, so let's see what we got. Everlast. Well, I'm showing here is also sample 2 pop bottles. Did you see that?
Really? I didn't hear that first time. I actually heard the song completely, so it's my like second, third time listening to it. But
Yeah.
I didn't get that. That must have been a
That'd be
lyric or
like,
something.
yeah, like a lyric. I know they sampled Michelet with "You was once a thug from around." Oh,
Yeah,
I've heard. That's why I've heard that sample at least like a million times right now.
yeah. I know Kanye did it recently too with
Kanye
the
did it,
game.
yeah, like 2 years ago. Song was trash too, but that's a different conversation for another day. All right, bro. Let's see what we got. This is Future Metro Boomin like that. See what all the hype is about. This is what everybody was
The
going
rap
crazy
game is
for.
on pause.
The rap game is on pause. That's what I've been told a million times. Oh my god, where do we start? Let's get this out the way though. That guy Future, he was garbage.
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 Holy Jesus.
Yo,
Who
but
in the song, my guy?
I thought because I got it confused. I was watching the lyrics that everybody posted for Kendrick Lamar. So I saw that and I saw everybody going crazy. But in the same post, I was watching lyrics from Future, and it talks about how I guess he was dissing like Drake or 21 Savage. I thought it was part of the same song, but I guess it was a different song. I was expecting something completely different. This was garbage. Um, yeah, this is something you'd expect from Future. So he's saying a whole bunch of nothing. He's talking about thoughts and putting his hands around their throats, and she gonna swallow, she a goat. He ain't really talking about nothing. So yeah, no, that's not even worthy to talk about. That thing was garbage. So definitely not impressed. If this song was good at all, it wasn't on Future's part. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here first of all. By the way, I did like the beat though from Metro Boomin, even though it's been
Did you really?
done. Yeah, even though it's been
I
done
ain't really
already.
like it, to be honest.
You ain't like it. I liked it.
I
I
ain't like
liked it.
it. I like the
I liked it.
beginning, but I didn't like. Yeah, just I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I prefer the original, the Everlasting Bass, the one that Lil Wayne rapped on and stuff. That's the one I prefer. Like I want
Yeah,
to hear the. I don't know what it is, but the instruments go off. Like I don't know. Me
yeah.
personally.
No, you definitely have more instruments going on in the original. That's for sure. It definitely doesn't beat the original, but I didn't mind the beat. I mean, was it the most creative? Absolutely not, because it's been done like a million times. But it didn't sound bad though, and at least you know how these producers are getting too crazy with the beats and million beat changes and this and that, just ruining a beat. It was straight. It was consistent. Um, all right, Kendrick Lamar. So everybody's going crazy over the Kendrick Lamar verse. I think we should also just go line for line because this is, Kendrick Lamar to a lot of people. He is, the best rapper in the game or one of the greatest rappers of all time. Some people have him in top five. These are like people that I personally know. Um, this guy clearly, from what everybody took from this, he's going at Drake and he was going a bit at Cole. And this is supposedly what had the game on lock here. So he's saying these N words talking out they necks. All right. So this, I'm assuming everything that he's saying here is being referenced from the song from Drake and J Cole. I forgot First Person Shooter. So yeah, he's saying these N words talking out they necks. I will say, yeah, J Cole and Drake, they were talking out their necks. What did J Cole say in that song? He said, the whole big three thing. I feel like Muhammad Ali, and he talking about being the number one. Okay, I can respect that. So I really do like the competitive aspect of it. Don't pull no coffin out your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. So I guess at this point they got Kendrick feeling paranoid because J Cole and Kendrick, they've been boys since I don't know when, right? So all of a sudden he sees J. Cole teaming up with Drake. Drake is somebody that he really doesn't like. Now he's getting paranoid. Now he don't know if he got two people going at him. He already had one going at him. Now he got his own homeboy, going at him. At least he thinks. A, let's get it, bro. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say Say it's a lot of goofies with a check. I like the little play on words. Goofies, dogs. It says a lot of goofies with a check. Talking about Drake there. I mean, I hope them sentiments symbolic. My temperature bipolar. I choose violence. Okay, let's get it up. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. So he's already starting to call out both of them. Well, he says he's a problem, so it's someone specifically. I wonder who he's really talking about. He don't want that smoke with J. Cole, though, so you got to be talking about it. He says N-words clicking up, but cannot be legit. No 40 water. Tell him. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is where he starts moaning. Listen, bro, I'm just not a fan of that. I don't know. A lot of people, I feel like Kendrick, as of lately, when he's been rapping, he's just been a little too weird for me. I don't know. And this is no different. He's always rapped a little weird, but, the moaning in here, I couldn't get jiggy with it. It's just not my kind of thing. F Sneak dissing, first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. Okay. Now, hey, I wonder if that play on words are right. First person shooter, and then he's talking about switch, switches on a gun. But maybe this is probably going over my head, like, first person shooter, like, how a game is first person shooter, but then you got the Nintendo Switch, you got the switches. I don't know, maybe that's just me doing a little too much than I need to.
Right.
I crash out like F-Rap, this Melly Mel if I had to, got 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and I'm burning tattoos, it's up. So he's saying it's up, that's it. Lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. If you walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. Now that one is interesting. Now, the play on words, I thought it was trash, bro. I'm sorry. A lot of people was going crazy over it. I just thought it was trash. I get what he's trying to say if you walk around with that stick. So, he's talking about the gun. It ain't Andre 3K, Andre 3000. Now he'd be playing the flute or whatever. So he'd be walking with a stick or whatever. It's trash, bro. It's trash. This is what people, so far, what I've read so far, there's no wow in this. There's nothing. I'm not impressed at all. So we're just going one by one. Think I won't drop the location. I still got PTSD. Mother F the big 3. N-word is just big me. I can respect that. That's probably one of the best lines there, because that right there is just saying, forget all the buddy stuff. Everybody want to be buddy. Everybody wants to click up. I don't do all that. It's just me. And I'll take whoever else. Whoever's standing in my way, I'm taking whoever else. It's just me. N-word bum what? I'm really like that, and your best work is a light pack. Now, he spoke facts there. Drake's best album, honestly, is trash, bro. Like, compared to what Kendrick has done, I agree with that. He's talking facts. He ain't talking to Cole there. I'm telling you. All of this is Drake right here. I'm missing the part. N-word Prince outlived Mike Jack. N-word bum for all your dogs getting buried. That's K with all these 9s. He gonna see Pet Cemetery. N-word bum. I really didn't need to go line by line, but this is where I'm just getting confused. I don't see what all the hype is about, because maybe I'm missing something. He probably had 2-3 lines there. He had a couple lines where he was playing with words, but it ain't nothing crazy. Now I will say this, in terms of how he was rapping on the beat, he sounded good. In terms of what he was saying, I mean, I didn't hear anything good. But I can appreciate it, though. Like I said, when it comes to the competitive aspect, the competitive nature of the rap game, I can certainly appreciate it, because, that's what Control did. When Kendrick Lamar dropped Control, that's when he really had the game, on a pause, and everybody was going crazy. Every rapper was responding, and the rappers that didn't get mentioned, they were responding. So I remember that, and that was being dragged on for like a few months. So that right there, I can say definitely moved the needle a bit, but this is light work. This is light work. In terms of J. Cole, listen, man. I don't know if you want. I'm not expecting for J. Cole to respond, because that's just not. I don't see J. Cole as that kind of rapper. Although as of lately, he has been rapping like he's that kind of rapper. So I can see the reason why you just say F it. I'm gonna just call this person out, since you feeling like you're the number 1 rapper. I might as well put you in the mix as well. And if you really want problems with me, you can show me that you're really the number 1 rapper. I can understand that. Like I said, I appreciate it. It makes things a bit more interesting. Maybe something to look forward to. I just don't think J. Cole is going to respond in any kind of way. But if he does, we're just talking about pure rapping ability. I just don't think Kendrick Lamar can see J. Cole, man. I think J. Cole is the best lyricist out of the 3.
Wow.
And I think over time, J. Cole has only gotten better. He's probably only gotten better because he's probably more motivated than he's ever been ever. Before, he was all about the humble. He was in his own lane. Now he's hopping on every single beat. He's murdering everybody in their own song. I'm talking about this guy is having one of the greatest feature runs ever. Like, he's consistent. Every year you see him on a feature with this rapper, that rapper. Just to name a few. These are top tier lyricists. Benny the Butcher, he murdered him in that song. It wasn't even close. Royce the 5'9". Now you know how I feel about Royce the 5'9". One of the better lyricists in the game. Top tier. And he's got catalogs now. He's got a catalog. He murdered Royce the 5'9" in that song. And there's been other rappers too that he's murdered. I mean, even some of these new rappers, just make an example just to really show you the gap, to show you, who you should really measure to. Like when J. Cole got on, what's this dude's name? 21 Savage, murdered him, right? He even got on Drake's song. I wasn't really a big fan of J. Cole on Drake's song. He still murdered him. So most of the rappers that I can think of, pretty much all rappers he's ever featured with, he's murdering them. And let's talk about this, right? What about them songs that they were rapping together, like American Dream, right? It's clear. It's clear that J. Cole murdered up to where the song was at that moment, right? When it was on J. Cole to rap, he murdered Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy, he wasn't really rapping, to compete with J. Cole. Come on, man. Kendrick Lamar is the follow-up. Nothing, right? They've had a few songs where J. Cole is rapping, he's doing all the rapping. Kendrick Lamar doesn't want those kind of problems. I do feel like that, man. I don't know if you really want to go at Cole like that. I really don't think so. I really wouldn't advise it. If you want to talk about like projects and comparing, like, who has, the better artwork and this and that, better catalog, that's a different conversation. But if we're talking about right now, who's the better rapper? J. Cole, no question, is the better rapper. So, this was light. It was very, very light. If I'm J. Cole, I'm laughing. I'm really laughing because I'm starting to wonder which part is a shot at me. Right, everything I'm reading here, like, I'm just thinking about, as I'm going through the lines, I'm thinking about Drake. This guy feels paranoid, so what? I've been cool with Kendrick since the longest. I've been cool with Drake for the longest, right? He's done songs with both in between, in the middle of their careers. I mean, so what, right? Like, that's light, bro. It's too light. But I think I was talking a little too much. I don't know if you had anything further to say about that.
No, not at all, really. I can't disagree too much. I mean, I would say there were some bars here that are pretty clearly going at J. Cole. I mean, the one with Stick.
Yeah, because he did say in that song Stick, he says, some, I got that stick that I take with me.
He did say that, yeah.
He listens to J. Cole, man. He listens to J. Cole.
Right.
Man. He knows where J. Cole is as a rapper.
Forget the big three, it's just Big Me.
Well, that one too, yeah.
Called him a bum. I don't know if that's necessarily like referencing his attire.
That's hilarious. I just noticed that now. He did call him a bum. Yeah.
He did call him a bum, yeah. So I would have to listen to it a couple more times, but I don't know that I don't think he's scared to go at J. Cole though. I would say he wants those problems. I don't know that he doesn't want those problems, but no, this is interesting, man. This is interesting. I think this is. I can see why people are going crazy about it. I'd have to listen to it a few more times, like I said, but I see why people are going crazy about it. It's just like, I guess, like another version of the Control verse coming in, where he starts dissing the top rappers. So I like it. I think it's really good for the rap game. You got this competitive nature now. I'm intrigued how J. Cole's respond. I do think he's gonna respond. Drake, not so much. What do you think about Drake? You think Drake's gonna respond?
No. Drake picks and chooses beats. He's a coward. He ain't gonna respond to nobody. He's only gonna respond to or what's the other dude, Pusha T.
Yeah,
Drake don't listen. If it's a rap off, Drake's shaking in his boots. Drake don't want those problems.
Oh, he's shaking in his boots right now, I think. You don't want them problems.
You think J. Cole will respond, though?
I think he'll respond, yeah. Because J. Cole, I mean, he's a competitive dude, man. I think for the sport of it, he'll definitely respond. I think it'll be pretty direct, too, when he does respond. I don't think it's just something like, because it's Kendrick Lamar, you know. I don't think it's just something that he's just gonna like, you know, let slide or whatever. Drake definitely. I think Drake will try to avoid this as much as possible, like the plague, but not
Little
J
gay
Cole. I think
subliminals.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. He'll throw some like he'll have a feature where he'll throw like an Instagram caption referring to Kendrick Lamar or something like that. And he'll leave it at that if he does say anything at all. No, I think J Cole's gonna respond. I think he's gonna respond. I think he's gonna respond big too. For the sport of it, they look like pretty competitive rappers. So, but I like what he said. I'm not mad at it honestly. I like the song. I like the verse. I like what he said. It wasn't nothing crazy like from a lyrical, you know, it ain't no control verse, but he got the point across. You know, like you got lines in there that are pretty good, like the like forget the big three, it's just big me. I mean, he went at Cole with a line here, went at Drake a lot. I would say that 90% of the song is about Drake. I liked it. I liked it. I'm not mad at it at all. I got to give it a couple more listens. I tend to agree with you a little more in that Kendrick Lamar has just been a little bit on the weirder side. He's been trying some experimental stuff. He was moaning on this song here and there. You know, I mean, hey, you know, if you can just like forget about that, let that slide, then that's more power to you. Me personally, I pick up on that. So yeah, that along with some other songs I just can't get jiggy with. But I like the verse. I'm definitely a Kendrick Lamar fan, so I'm interested to see where this goes. Honestly.
Yeah, I like Kendrick too. I think Kendrick is one of the greatest rappers ever. I think at this point there is a clear gap between I would say Kendrick, Cole, and everybody else. It's not even close. Right? To me it's not just about how good you rap, it's about everything else you do. So do you make great music? Are you consistent? You have a lot of rappers that they rap very well, but they can't construct a great album. Kendrick Lamar is one of those few ones that can actually rap very well, and for the most part, I would say, yeah, pretty much his whole career he's constructed nothing but great projects for the most part. From Section 80 to Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly, there's no denying that. Like if we want to compare like careers, it's a different conversation that we're having. But if we're talking about number one rapper in the game right now, in terms of who I've seen more from as of lately, as of recently, who just sounds better, who sounds hungry, who I feel wants it more, I just feel like it's been on Cole's side. But I agree with you. I mean, I appreciate, like I said, I can appreciate this, right? Whether it was good or bad, the fact that you're calling somebody else, where he's calling both of them out, the fact that you're calling both of them out and, you're not biting your tongue on it whatsoever, and you actually want those problems, I respect that. Especially, and he declared that, right, when he said it's just big me. Like, forget all that friendly stuff. Like, I want to smoke with whoever, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Cole is the best rapper. Prove it to me. I'm going to call you out, too. Prove it to me. I just don't think Cole will respond. I don't know. I just don't see him responding. That's just never been his. Then again, I don't know. He might, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. If he does, I'll certainly respect it though, because at that point too, you're just really showing dude, nah, yeah, I want those problems too. If it's an issue, it's making an issue. At least on the rap field, I don't think it's anything more serious than that. I just think it's just people trying to, be competitive on the rap side. But this was light though. I mean, we're talking about just reading the verse. It was very light. It was very light. I'm not shook. I wouldn't be shook unless I'm Drake. If it's Drake, I'm shook because Drake has gotten called out. I don't know how many times, and he only seems to respond through Instagram or through little one lines, two lines here and there, and they're all subliminals. All right, but I'm not. It's not something like Control is different, man. Control. Kendrick made it very clear. He said, "I got love for y'all, but I'm trying to murder you." N words. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make sure nobody buys nothing. Like, you can feel that, right? Like, you can feel that competitiveness where somebody really wants to win. If you're the rapper listening to the rapper being mentioned, like, damn, like that could have really just struck the nerve. Like, this guy's really trying to finish me. He's trying to end me. This was light. But we'll see, man. I don't know. In that case, it is something to look forward to, and maybe the excitement definitely does build up a bit because you're thinking, what if, right? Like, what if he responds? Now we got something to really look forward to. Because other than that, for the most part, rap has always been buddy-buddy. Nobody really wants to go at each other, Everybody wants to be cool, and just the rappers today. The rappers today is trash. There's nobody that you can really look at and be like, nah, yeah, this guy is a threat. Like before, you had a pool of rappers that was a threat. You just only have now two people sitting at the very top by themselves. Now, in terms of the verses, though, like I said, I just wasn't a fan of the. I didn't care for the song, me personally. So it's just not my cup of tea. But in terms of the competitive aspect of it, yeah, that's a major win. But we'll see. We'll see where this moves forward. Kendrick responds though, man. I'm gonna just say, watch out. It's a different conversation we could be having afterwards. Like that's where you might really need to really really put that microscope and really see like throughout the years like, yeah, was Kendrick Lamar really the best rapper though? Like you know what I'm saying? Like at some point, like come on, there's many instances. J. Cole, Kendrick, I just don't think he wanted that kind of smoke, man. And hold on, let's talk about this though. Don't you think like if the album really wanted to come out, would have came out? Don't you think there's some kind of pressure there? You got Kendrick and J. Cole rapping on the same album, right? Like, come on now, man. You got the pressure of somebody possibly just murdering you, right? Because if they're both competitive rappers, guess what they're going to do on that competitive album? They're not going to be with all that peace stuff. It's going to sound too corny. They're not on it.
Oh, the album they were supposed to do together. That's
the
what you're
album they were supposed to do together. Right? They're supposed to rap together. That's really more so about who going to be out rapping who, like, just for the competitiveness of it. I don't know. Because if they really wanted it to happen, it would have happened. So I wonder who stopped the ship from moving forward. Yeah, I'm not sure, but now maybe I'm just, and I'm not seriously. I'm not going to say like Kendrick Lamar is a scrub. Kendrick Lamar is not a scrub, bro. That's the last thing I want anybody to think too. I think Kendrick Lamar, like he's really, when we really look at it, just in terms of an overall artist, he really is in a class of his own. It's not even close.
I think he thinks that he can go toe to toe with the best of them. I think he thinks he's a better rapper. He's a better rapper than J. Cole, best rapper in the game. You know, I mean, these are clear shots, so clearly he's not scared to, go at him. Now, in terms of like the features and stuff like that, I don't know. That's a discussion. Maybe he's like saving it for like a main event song or something where they really do get together and they really do try to out rap each other, But I don't know.
When do you think Drake?
But I don't think he's scared of nobody. When or where?
Yeah, when? Right, because if you let
I don't think you rush it. I think you let that simmer. Nah, you don't rush it at all. You don't rush it. There's no rush. Why rush it? Don't rush it at all. It can be 2 months from now, 3 months from now, on a nice little feature. It don't even gotta be a song you come out with, a feature or maybe even a freestyle or something like that. And then you dedicate a nice little section to it. I'm sure J. Cole will come for the sport of it. I'm telling you, the guy's competitive. He loves doing this. He talks about he's the best rapper. So let's see it for the sport of the game, right? Because we know these individuals don't really have beef in real life, at least not J. Cole and Kendrick, like on a personal level where they hate each other. This is just like for the sport of it and who's really the best in the game. So I don't think you respond quickly. I don't think this is like you got to respond in like within a week or something like that. You let that simmer, you let that sit, especially since like 95% of it is directed towards Drake. You let that simmer, you let that sit, and then a few months from now you drop your response or you say what you got to say about it, and that's it. I mean, but I think he will. I think he will for sure.
Cause I just think of like. With something like this is something that everybody's gonna move on from next week. I'm sorry, the song is just not that good for it to be on replay. It's just not. It's very light. It's very light.
No, I agree.
And
Maybe move on from him in a month, but I do think as soon as he responds, it's like that fire is just gonna
reignites.
start up again,
Yeah.
reignite instantly. Like it's not. This is fairly quickly. Especially on a J. Cole response, then it's really like, okay, he responded to it. That's gonna be huge, man. That's gonna
Trying to
be
catch everybody by surprise too.
yeah,
For people that
definitely,
weren't
definitely,
expecting it. Because at least
definitely.
me, I'm not, like I said, something tells me that he just won't respond. He'll just keep it moving. He'll probably just respond, and that's what I don't want to see. If it's subliminals, dog, just don't even bother. Just keep it moving. I just hope that next project he drops is a classic one. But if you do respond, then yeah, make it, at this point, just go all out, make a full song, go at Kendrick. And hopefully Kendrick responds, and We'll see where it goes from there. Because I mean, in reality, I think Kendrick Lamar, he's smart though. He is moving the pieces, right? I don't doubt that Kendrick Lamar, he actually wants problems. I just say this because I really wouldn't want J. Cole to murder this dude, right? But maybe Kendrick Lamar really wants those problems, and maybe Kendrick Lamar really feels like he is better. I mean, it's evident. He's been feeling like he's better than everybody else. And, you know, in a way, it's just like this is the perfect excuse to throw this guy into a mix. Because at the end of the day, Drake, I don't want you, bro. You're light work. You're light work. Pusha T already did you. I mean, this is just going to be another rapper running over you. It's light work. It's light work. But not too many people go at J. Cole. It's the perfect chance, the perfect opportunity for me to throw J. Cole into the mix. Now I'm going to call you out, and I want to see what you're really about. All that best rapper alive stuff that you was talking about, now you really got to show me. And I'm gonna extend. Listen, I'm extending the beef here to you. Well, you know, it ain't no beef, but I'm gonna call you out. Deep down inside, right? If you're competitive, you know you gotta respond to some kind of way. In reality, does J. Cole really need to respond? I don't really think he does. But deep down inside, right? Like you get pride getting away, and you being competitive. Who knows? Maybe he might feel like he might need to respond. I don't know. But again, it's life, man.
I
You
think
gotta go
I
harder
think
than
it
that,
needs to
man.
respond. I don't know, man. I think it needs to respond. I think just for the sport of it, man. This is like when Kobe Bryant faces LeBron James. Like you're getting up to play these games, you know. This is a marquee matchup right here. So you gotta respond, man. I don't know. Me personally, I want to see him respond. I'd be fairly disappointed if he didn't respond.
Yeah, I think J. Cole should just give the fans what they want. This is what everybody wants to see. I want to see both of them go at it. Now listen,
Exactly.
J. Cole, bro. If I see you pull, because that's when I'm really lose my stuff, and that's when I'm really gonna lose. Like you're gonna lose respect for somebody in terms of like how competitive you are, or all that talk about you being the best. Don't come out with no corny, interviews or try to say why you're not going to respond to this and that. If you don't, you just don't say nothing. You just keep it moving. Because a lot of rappers do that sometimes too. Like that's what Drake would do, right? When Pusha T responded to him, when Drake first did Pusha T, and then Pusha T responded to him, he either went on an interview and his songs, he just sounded hurt and he just wasn't letting it go, right? And then this guy Drake, 2-3 albums later, was still mentioning Pusha T. I don't expect that from J. Cole, but just don't pull that though, because then that right there, that's just like, come on now. As a number one rapper, for you to do something like that, you lose all your credibility as a number one rapper. If you don't respond, I'm all for it. Like I said, it's all part of the sport. Yeah, man, bump heads, man. Competition. That's great. If you don't respond though, you just keep it moving. It ain't nothing to talk about. But we'll see, man. I'm going to be looking forward to all of this and see the trickle effect of all of this and where it moves forward. But as far as
Yeah, I
everybody
think.
else,
Go
garbage,
ahead, say what you can say. Yeah,
garbage,
garbage. Yeah.
future, garbage, garbage, garbage. The beat though, beat was straight.
The beat was alright. Future was garbage. Yeah, everybody's just talking about it because of the verse. But I do think if this dies here, it'll be just disappointing. Cause like you already don't expect Drake to respond, or if you do expect him to respond, it probably won't be anything too significant. But yeah, I think if it just dies here and J Cole doesn't respond, it'll just be disappointing. Like you want to see this go somewhere for the sport of it, right? For the competitive nature of it, you want to see it go somewhere.
So you think J. Cole has to respond?
I think he has to respond. Yeah. Well, maybe not like if he doesn't respond, his career is going to be over and people are going to be looking at him at a different way. But
No, 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 no. His career can never be over just off of that.
right. But right. So, but I think he needs to respond. Like with the features you're hopping on, and calling yourself the best in the game, and you had the Muhammad Ali line. And you're hopping on a song with Drake, and then you had Kendrick Lamar call you out on that song that you hopped on with Drake. I think you gotta respond, man, for the sport of it. For the sport of it, like you have that because you are in that upper echelon, like the top two, like those the 1-2 tier in the rap game right now. For the sport of it, you gotta respond. This is like when this is a horrible example, but this is like when Jokic goes to Philadelphia to play Joel Embiid, and then Joel Embiid, you know, he's out or he wants to sit out that game. Like, nah, man, you want to see that matchup. You want to see the two top centers in the game go at it, man. Go at it and have marquee performances against each other. Like, really bring that competitive nature to the game because that elevates the game. That elevates the NBA the same way that if J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar were to go at it in a friendly way, of course, nothing like too personal. But if they were to go at it on some, I'm the better rapper than you, and I make, I have more classics, I make better music than you, that would be great for the game, man. That'll elevate the game immensely. The same way that a matchup like Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid going against each other as the best centers in the game would elevate the NBA because everybody wants to see that. So I think he has to respond, man, for the sport of it. I think rap. I agree with you. Like for the rest of the game right now is like pretty garbage. It's pretty dry, right? So for these caliber of rappers to go at it, man, you need the game needs this. So I definitely would like to see this go somewhere. For this to just die right here would be rather disappointing.
Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way.
If it was anybody else, if it was Drake himself trying to diss J. Cole or something, he don't need to respond whatsoever. If it was really anybody else, I mean, throw any other name that you want in there. Any other name, really. But Kendrick Lamar, yeah, nah. For them to be that direct with it, too, you gotta respond. For it to be that direct with it, you gotta respond. I don't know, me personally. It would just be disappointing more than anything.
Yeah, you gotta call him. After getting called bum, man, you gotta respond then. You gotta respond.
Called you a bum, that's crazy.
Respond to his weak verse. Hey, listen, I'm all for it, man. Like I said, I'm all for the competition. We'll see where this goes. Hey, man, listen, it was a good listen, though. That I will say, I can respect, like I said. I like when rappers do this. They want to get competitive and start calling people out. Despite whatever the lyrics were and this and that, it only takes so much to get somebody going, and now you have yourself a battle. So, J. Cole, if you want to accept it, man, I got my money on you. I think that's a murder, man. Like I said, I don't think Kendrick wants those problems, but we'll see.